Hey guys, and welcome back for another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you about projector sewing. And you may not know what projector sewing is. Essentially, it is a projector that you mount onto your ceiling, so just like a movie projector that you would watch movies on. So I'm going to take that projector, I'm going to mount it to my ceiling pointing down onto my cutting table. And then I get to cast onto that projector my sewing patterns that I have bought and paid for. A lot of different sewing companies now are coming out with projector files, which is really fun and exciting for the sewing community, because then we're able to save money on paper and ink and printers, and just, I mean, it's eco-friendly too, because then you don't have to use all of those resources as well. I'm really excited because I do a lot of sewing for my kids, and every year they grow a little bit more, and then I have to cut out, print, tape together a new pattern for every single size, and it's exhausting. Sometimes I do that, and by the time I'm done taping it all together, I'm too tired to sew. So I'm going to show you the projector that I purchased. I will have links to anything that I use in the description box. This one was recommended to me from projectorsewing.com. There's a lovely lady who runs that website, and she helped me be able to choose the right one for my space. So this is what the box looks like. This one's called the ACROJOY, but it doesn't say on the box. It does say on the paperwork inside the box, but not on the actual box itself. So it's just like a regular projector. I have it already mounted, so I can't show you, but it's just one of those things where you have to figure out the projector for your space. So for mine, I have about 65 inches to work with, give or take. This one requires a minimum of 53 inches to be able to project onto my tabletop. So you need to measure the distance between your table and then where you think you're going to mount it. So you can mount it on your wall, you can mount it on your ceiling, you can put it on a tension rod, you can put it on a boom mount, you know, where they maybe like a camera mount that could hang over. There's a lot of different options, which are all on that projector sewing website, so you should definitely check it out. I'm going to have that linked as well, because it is a very knowledgeable resource when it comes to this projector sewing. So I'm not going to be telling you everything. I'm just going to tell you how mine went and what I did. I don't recommend doing what I did when it comes to the mounting. There are actually a line of mounts specific to a lot of the projectors, so you can get, like, you know, ones that are designed to be mounted on your ceiling to point down, which is really exciting, and they have like little cutouts for the buttons and stuff. Sorry, my kitty cat is meowing. But I don't really, mine's going to be put into a ceiling, so I'm going to show you that very shortly. So it kind of complicates things. I have a drop ceiling, and like I said, I don't have a lot of room to work with. It's 53 inches is the minimum, but I have 65, so it's only about like 13 inches that I can really work with at the end of the day. 12 inches, I'd say. Yeah. So and then you have to also account the height of the projector, so the projector's going to be in my ceiling. So I'm going to show you guys, and then I'm going to try to show you a little bit of the calibration process, because that apparently is the part that I'm supposed to be really scared of. I have not done it yet, so this is going to be hopefully easy and not difficult, and not going to make me super frustrated, which is what I've been hearing from some people. I hear from other people, oh my goodness, a calibration, that's so easy. And then other people, it's like, oh God, don't know. So we'll see. We're gonna do this together. So I'm gonna cut to my next view. Okay, so here's my table. It's a little bit of a mess. We're still a work in progress when it comes to the wall. But this is my cutting table. It is on a Kallax, and then I put two 2x4s to prop up this tabletop a little higher, and then I have some storage under there. Above that, I have my camera mount for my filming my tutorials, and then I have a shop light mounted here. Now I do have a space in between it where I can open the ceiling tile and be able to put my projector in. So as you can see, I ended up putting a piece of wood across my joist, and then I placed my projector up there. There's another cross beam in between the joists that is kind of stopping it from falling, but I think this is going to work really well, and if it doesn't, I'll go and find another mount, but for now, like, it's not going to fall. There's no way it's going to fall. So that's the way that I did it. And then I have my cord coming out. There's also a remote included with this one, which is great because then I don't have to go reach into the ceiling. And then there is the user manual and then the quick start guide. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my light and then turn the projector on so that I can cast it onto my table, and then I'm able to see what it looks like. Okay, so now I have my remote, and I've learned that you really need to point it at the machine, otherwise it doesn't sense the remote. Okay, so I'm over at projectorsewing.com, and this is a really good resource to help calibrate your projector. So she actually talks to you about mini projectors, short throw projectors, and ultra short throw projectors. So depending on your space, which projector you will need. She also talks to you about mounts, portable mounts, so if you can't drill into your walls, and of course calibration. There's also reviews, the tutorial, set up and calibrate basics, PDF Stitcher, which if you run into a company who has a sewing pattern who doesn't have a projector file, you can use PDF Stitcher to actually create your own projector file, which is pretty amazing because it pretty much opens you up to any digital sewing pattern in the entire world, which is just fantastic. Of course, Adobe, Inkscape if you want to go with a free version. I'm not sure what Affinity Designer is. I'm assuming it's one of those. And of course a blog. So a gallery of photos of other people's rigs. It's just like, it's an amazing resource. I'm so impressed with this website. So these are all the different blog posts, which is exciting. I could be on here for hours probably, and I just might be. So we're going to go to setup and calibration, and we're going to find one that that fits with us, which right here it says mini projector calibration. The ACROJOY is a mini projector, so we're going to click on that one. And then she has some information here, which I usually don't read because I'm really bad at reading. Just kidding. But no, not really. She just tells you all the things that you're going to need. You're going to need your mat, your cutting mat that I have already, which most people, you know, if you're already sewing, you probably already have one. So you're going to prepare for calibration. You're going to need a program that can open PDF files because majority of patterns are PDFs. If you want to do hardwire, you can do HDMI, or you can do screen mirroring, which I'm going to be using a program called Miracast. And then she has two different calibration tools. One is in metric and one is in imperial. Imperial is inches, metric is in centimeters. So I'm going to click on the imperial because I have an imperial mat. And I'm going to download this amazing template, So this is the template right here. Now this thing is what I'm going to be casting onto my mat, and then I will be able to line up these squares with my squares on the mat, so I can see, like, okay, if it's a 10 inch by 10 inch box, I want to calibrate it so that it is 10 inches by 10 inches on the mat. Okay, so I did some things. I moved things around. I actually took this, it was this way, and I put it flat against the wall, so now I have a little shelf for my laptop. I think I'm going to use it hardwired. Luckily the cord that came with it is long enough to reach on this shelf. You can buy a longer cord if you want and kind of like run it through your room to where your computer is. That works totally fine as well. But I think this is going to work well. I'm really excited. So now I'm going to go in and then hopefully bring up that template so I can cast it down. Okay, so I have the projector for sewing calibration tool set up on my laptop, and now I have to click on source. So it's connected with the HDMI, and because we're doing the HDMI, we're going to go to source. If you were going to do it with your phone or tablet, you're going to go to Miracast and set that up, but honestly, the easiest way, source. It's going to bring up the different sources. It's just like on your TV, HDMI, AV, or VGA, HDMI. So we're going down to that one, click that, and then watch this. Look, this is my computer. It's casted onto my table. So as you can see, we have the template right here. So cool. Okay, so now I'm going to sort of focus it better so that I can read it. And there's a little circle. As you can see, it's a wheel on the projector. So now you can see it's quite sharper. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to read that, but now we're going to go to the computer, and I think we have to zoom in on the Adobe software to make this larger to fit the cutting mat. Okay, so now we're supposed to press Control L. I can reach with one hand, and that's going to make it full screen. So now it's a little bigger. Okay, so this is what you have to do. You have your projector image on, Control L, which is full screen, and then you're going to press Control Y, and then a box is going to come up. This is magnification, so you're going to type in a number. If you're using a similar one like me, then start in like the 30 percentile range. I'm just going to type in 37. And I'm going to show you. It changes the dimensions. So as you can see the words a lot more clearer. And then you're going to kind of move your mat so that it lines up. But what Sheridith over at Projector Sewing wants us to do is, there's the 20 by 30 inch. This is the one that she wants us to really get good, because that one can become distorted, or that one will tell you if things are good. So just because your 8 by 8 line up doesn't mean that your 30 by 20 and your 16 by 24 lines up. Now, as you can see, my line is good here, but then when you go along here, it kind of falls off, and then here it's like totally crooked. So you can also move this around. I have a touch screen computer, so that definitely helps. I can't say how to do that with oh, okay, I can zoom, so I don't even need to press Control Y. Cool. Well, see, we're learning something together. So yeah, I need to finagle with this until I can figure out how to get my 20 inch by 30 inch measurement. Okay, so we have our calibration pretty much complete. I figured out that my magic number is 36.3% in the Adobe software. I had to change the tilt of my lens. So there's two dials on the projector. One is for clarity, and then one is for tilt. So depending on if you mount it and it's not quite level. So once you get those two, which is just me going up and down to figure that out, then things will be completely level with the table. And then all of my little blocks will line up. They say to aim for 99%, and I think it's pretty good. So I'm at 36.3. But yeah, it wasn't too difficult though. Okay, so I loaded up the Grow With Me Jammies by Ellie and Mac. I had to go and download the projector file because I don't actually have the projector file. So I got to go back to the websites and take those out because I never had the capabilities before. But here it is in my Adobe software. So now we are going to go Control L, and then we will, you can already see it on my table actually, but we're going to do that magnification, which is Control Y or Command Y, 36.3, and here we go. So I'm going to turn off my lights and then we can take a better look. Okay, so here we're going to just go over so that we have our pattern piece visible, and now we can go over here. This is the arm sleeve. I just grabbed an arm sleeve just to pull out so I can take that, put that right on the size. This is size 10 and it lines up pretty good. How exciting! So now I don't have to do this anymore. Oh my gosh, look at that. This is incredible. Huh. I did just want to mention that you can remove the layers. So over on the left side of Adobe, you can, if you want to, just isolate your size, and then you won't get all the other sizes, which can be quite confusing. There we go. So you can see it a lot better now. There. How neat is that? Alright, well that wasn't so hard. Like, I'm so excited. The future of sewing is here now. You need to get a projector. I'll have a link down below for the one that I chose. Some mounts and stuff as well, if you want to check those out. And definitely head over to projectorsewing.com. Meredith, who runs that website, is amazing. She'll also be on the podcast very soon, so a little tidbit there. And yeah, I'm so excited. Also, go over to her Instagram, and you can talk to her directly if you have any questions or concerns and you're worried about doing this. She will definitely help you out. She was a very good resource for me and Bethany and other people I know. So if you need any help, she's there. And she also gave me the seal of approval. So I was able to send her a photograph of my calibrated projector, and she was like, perfect. So I'm excited. I'm glad that she gave me the go-ahead, and now I can move on to making all the things. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do give it a try, you know, let me know in the comments. Come over to Instagram, let me know. I would love to see your setup. And don't forget to check out the Social Hour podcast. All links are in the description. So yeah, I will let you go for now. And I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye guys.